Go live, go live, go live.
Do we have Hello, folks. It's the Podsquad with Talina Massey, Susan Moffat-Thomas, Alderwoman Jameesha Harris, Wendy Card, and yours truly, Kathy Morrison.
Thanks for joining us for New Bern Now's podcast for October 22, 2020, episode 162.
Woo!
We're connecting.
Yay. 162 is a good number.
We're connecting you with the people, places, and happenings in New Bern and surrounding areas.
All right, and we hope you join in the conversation with us. But before we get started, we have some great guests today. But before we get started, we have a contest. Wendy, what is it?
Yes, we do. Okay, to be entered to win, you got to comment on this video on newbernnow.com's Facebook page, because if you comment on someone else's, I may not be able to see it because of privacy reasons. And the question is, drum roll, drum. What has a head and a tail, but no arms or legs?
Man, I know the answer. Come on. Come on. Come on.
You can't answer it yet.
Okay, I'm gonna put it in the chat.
You can put
tell
it
me
in the
if I'm
chat.
right.
There you go. And you may win. You may be the only winner. So.
All right. So what do you want folks to put the answer on your Facebook page, right? On the New Bern Now Facebook page.
Yes.
And they'll win a prize.
And they'll win a prize.
Okay. If everybody that knows the answer, or just one of the people that know the answer?
So if there's like several people that know the answer, we'll just draw the name out of a hat at 7:00 tonight. But if Jameesha knows the answer and you get it right.
No, I won't put, I put my answer in our chat and I won't say anything. So you tell me if I'm right.
Oh, now the Pod Squad knows the answer.
No.
So we can't tell anybody.
Right. That's right.
No cheating.
Okay. All right. So put your answer on New Bern Now's Facebook page right now where you're seeing this podcast. And the winner will get a great prize. And are we still going down to Carolina Creations to pick it up?
Yes, and I've actually had. I need to get it in the mail, but the person that won last week, they don't live here, so we'll be emailing it to them.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So.
All right. Well, let's see what's happening with everybody, and we'll start with Susan. What have you got going on?
Well, I have to say I'm very pleased that last Friday our Colonial North Carolina branch of the ESU, a nonprofit here in New Bern, we contributed $1,000 to PI, and that contribution, which is an annual contribution, goes to the English Second Language program, and it really fits within our mission, and we're very pleased that we can really assist organizations whose mission really fits into ours, which is celebrating English as a second language that fosters global understanding. So we're very pleased that we were able to do that, and we will continue, that along with a few other contributions to other organizations in the community.
All right. And PI is Partners in Education, is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Darlene Brown is the executive director, and she's fantastic. I mean, you see her in the paper constantly with, all of the filling the bus and all the other programs that help the school kids in this area. So we were very happy to be a part of that.
All right, great.
Great job.
All right, anything else you want to share?
The other thing is we did have a program last Saturday at the New Bern Civic Theater. Dr. Christopher Armistad, who taught for 50 years at English literature, and he did a program on Hamlet. And we were very pleased and so appreciate the Civic Theater allowed us to have a meeting or have a program there so we could space people out and not have anyone, be concerned about COVID. So we really appreciated that. It was a good program. And actually, Dr. Armitage has retired after 50 some years of teaching at Chapel Hill. And he made a point of telling us that that particular presentation was his last hurrah. He's going to be 90. In fact, he might have just had a birthday this week. So we were pleased. We were the ones to celebrate that last hurrah.
How wonderful.
That sounds great.
Isn't that cool?
That is really cool.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, Talina and Alderwoman Harris have something exciting happening.
Yeah.
Do we?
Well, Talina, Alderwoman Harris joined
if you
us.
guys don't call me Jameesha, who is also the City of New Bern Alderwoman. There you go.
Alderwoman.
Yes.
Her ward, is it three?
Two.
No, two.
Ward 2.
Yeah,
Ward 2.
Okay. She's going to talk about the grant, upcoming grant. And Talina, you talk about whatever you want. So.
Well, we'll go ahead and talk about the grant real quick, which is awesome because when we were going over the details, my wonderful, awesome sister took me down to my first appointment out in UNC for my follow-up for the whole going on, and I'm in and out. They had us going around Chapel Hill, so she was there to relay the information that I needed to have relayed to Sabrina and Barbara when we were getting all the guidelines and everything together. But I have been wanting to do this grant since I heard about the funds that the county that was going to be provided to the municipality, the CARES money that was approved. And we were getting about $450,000. And I read up on all of the ways that the money could be utilized. And I just felt that, if the city is kind of doing good, we're not really hitting a hardship. We were able to approve our budget. Everything's kind of on track, and, PPE and everything is available. And I know that we have a good fund balance. I just thought it would be a great way, because we were able to donate $25,000 to Swiss Bear to help out with a small business loan. I thought it would be great for us to provide a resource and avenue for nonprofits, because I know personally, running a nonprofit, again with Talina, that we have close connections with the community. That's why it's always important to have that public-private partnership. And I just felt that being able to provide $1,000, because with nonprofits, we run off of donations and grants. And if you have $1,000, you're going to figure out how to best use it. So having the nonprofits be able to apply and have this money allows them to directly impact communities that are suffering with COVID issues that we may not know that's going on as a city holistically, because everybody doesn't come to the city with their issues. They go to people that they're familiar with. So I was really excited about it. I know there was kind of some hiccups, and I'm very vocal and passionate about things, but we were able to get it done, passed unanimously, which was even more exciting. And I just want every dime to be spent. We had people emailing Mark way before we even approved it. So I'm excited. I just told everybody, because churches are nonprofit, they do after school feedings and everything. Please just apply, because I want to show the city that the need is there, and it's something that maybe we should think about doing once in a while. I don't think that, everybody, has their heart in taxes, but I feel that if they know that nonprofits are doing good things with communities and people that need the resources, maybe they won't mind having some of their tax dollars go to things or initiatives like this. But I was excited that we could take that part of that CARES money and do that. And with the help of Talina being able to verbalize while I'm getting poked in everything, it was good. It was a hard fought battle, I would say, but I'm excited about it.
Oh, that's incredible. I don't know how many people have reached out to me asking if I heard anything, and then we saw the press release that came out, but that is incredible, especially being passed with a unanimous, decision. And Jameesha, I want to wish you well. I know you've been struggling with medical condition, but you do look really good. So
thank you. I appreciate it.
Jameesha, could I ask you a quick question?
Yes, ma'am.
Like, what is the criteria for the nonprofits? Is it those who, provide services to people, or I mean, just exactly what?
Okay, so basically, you have to be an official 501c3. You have to have your most recent 990. You have to provide like a statement of what your organization is. And then you also have to provide a brief kind of summary of how your nonprofit has been affected by COVID, or how you're impacting communities that have been affected by COVID. And then you email, I think it's J-High something, because I don't know the email off by heart, at BevCorps, all of this information, and then they let you know, and it ends on November 9th, I believe. I had the dates, I think it's November 9th, and it should be dispersed by December 1st. And it was also said that if there is some funds left over, that maybe we can go back and also refund, donate, not donate, but grant another sum again to some of the nonprofits that have applied if the funds are there. I'm hoping we get 50 nonprofits that apply so that we can, do
and
that.
That's
so
jhighphil at bevcorps.com.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
High is an HIGHFILL.
Okay.
B at BEFCOR.com.
See, it takes a village. I love you guys.
And
So
I guess
grant will be given to the nonprofit so they can use folks who need extra help in any specific direction with COVID.
Yes.
yes.
And is that a one-time grant? At least at this point?
Yes. At this point, it is a one-time grant. No one knows the future of the pandemic and what's going to pan out, no pun intended. But I think if funds continue to come in, I'm going to continue to advocate because it's not just nonprofits. It's not just, small business, because there's micro businesses. There's people that, craft or, cook food or bake, and that's the way they were making a living, or, and they're not being able to apply for these, what you would say corporate type of standard grants or loans. So it's like, I want us to dig deep and try to figure out other avenues to make sure that we're helping everyone in the city of New Bern, because I believe everyone in some form or fashion has been or is being affected by COVID.
Talina, what have we missed on that?
Nothing on the grant. That was perfect. Thank you.
What are you up to, Talina?
That was actually going to jumpstart into what I'm doing this weekend, because my amazing sister at the bottom is such a warrior and is now a cancer survivor. We will be having a pancake benefit breakfast for her at Highway 55 in James City this Saturday morning from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Thank God, no pancakes at night.
Yeah.
And that will also, we are caveating off of the Harley Davidson breast cancer ride as well, which is, right up the street. The registration starts at 9 a.m. for them. And I've spoken to Mr. Brown, Officer Brown, who is heading that. And he has said it's okay for us to come down there and interact with the Harley Davidson riders, and for them hopefully to come and get their breakfast at Highway 55 before they start lining up for registration. So both amazing events, a great Saturday to support breast cancer awareness and breast cancer survivors. And I think they're both going to be amazing events. I know the Harley ride also has lunch being served at Harley Davidson after they come back. So it's a good day of eating. good day of riding and a good day to support. Her tickets are only $5. We've had a lot of people donate tickets. So if there's someone who would like to come and sign a banner and say, you know, tell her your well wishes or anything, you can come. We have tickets available for people who may not be able to support financially, but want to support and bring her some hope and just kind words. We got karaoke going on. I know it's 7 in the morning.
Really? Oh my
Yes,
God.
the owner's gonna bring out her music and her microphone.
Did you have her do that?
She's already doing it there on
Okay.
Thursday nights, but I asked her to bring it out that morning. So we got some early morning crooning going on. If anybody's interested.
Well, me and my family will be there at 9 o'clock in the morning because I can't roll out of bed that early.
So, I'm with you, Jameesha. Yeah, I'm glad. Yeah.
And then Harley's got a DJ as well, and they've got door prizes and all kinds of raffles and things that they're doing to make it fun as well. So it's gonna be an awesome day Saturday. So wear your pink and come on out and support, and we'll be
so
around.
Excited.
How do folks reach out to you if they want to find out more?
To find out more, you can always email me at talinaMassey@yahoo.com. I try to keep it very simple for people. On social media, I'm on every platform. You can also reach out to Wendy, the owner of Highway 55, on all social media platforms as well. The whole crew and everyone is volunteering their time, totally free to be able to help. And all of the proceeds, every dime that is spent, will go to Jameesha for her medical bills and everything else that kind of happens when you are faced with this sort of life-altering event. So yeah, that's what's going on.
Terrific.
And then I guess off of that too, we can talk about the Unity Project that's going on with the Arts Council.
Can I ask a question? Are you two sisters?
We should have been.
No,
But
I mean,
no.
I wasn't sure that when you started speaking initially, when you spoke of sisters, I thought that was very cool.
Newberry sisters.
Yeah, we're both from New York. And I'm from upstate. She's from Buffalo, and we met at one of my jobs in 5 or 6 years?
Yeah, you were my first friend I made when I got to New Bern. One of the first people I ever met. Yeah.
And Talina, before you get into the Unity Project, we have Jay. Where is it? Richel was joining us at 1:15, so we're running a little behind. So do you mind if we bring him in real quick? Is that okay?
Not at all.
Okay, and speaking
Come on in, Jay.
of fellow New Yorker, he's from upstate New York or Western New York.
Bring him in.
Yeah.
Jay Richel, let's see, where are you at? I think that's how, I hope I'm not butchering your name, Jay.
There you are.
There he is right there.
Hey, Ray.
Welcome, Jay.
Hey guys, it's Jay Richel. It was close enough. And I'm so glad to see all these upstate New Yorkers.
Yes.
And you're from Overman Capital Management.
That's correct.
And you're going to tell us all about how to keep our money?
Yeah. do my best. Do my best.
So, what would you like to share with us?
Exchanged an email with Wendy and was interested in joining the podcast, and happy to chat on any number of topics, but certainly happy to take any questions too.
Yeah, and your wife is a school nurse, is that?
Yeah, so my wife and I moved here about 6 years ago. She's a native New Bernian. She is the nurse at Bangert Elementary in Oaks Road. So her job right now is a lot more stressful than my job. And then we've got three little ones, a 7-year-old, 5-year-old, and almost a 3-year-old. So every morning it's herding cats, trying to get out the door. And but yeah.
Bless your
Very
heart.
nice.
Are you the reason George was late for the podcast last week?
I may have been part of that delay. I apologize.
I'm sure you were horsing around, you guys. But anyway, I'm so glad.
He did sprint across the street to get back to his office.
Yeah. But So as far as your financial management, your financial planner, is that a certified, what is your title? I'm sorry.
Financial advisor. I also have my CFP designation, which is a certified financial planner. Rob and I support and help a whole host of folks across the spectrum, from planning for education and saving for education, helping folks that are nearing retirement and taking their money and trying to make it last, 20, 30 years in retirement, insurance questions, you name it, nervousness about the market, and investment support, asset allocation, anything and everything related to financial planning, we're here to support folks with.
So if I had money in my 401k, which I don't have, this is a hypothetical, and I'm at retirement age for Social Security, should I hold that money in there, or what is with everything that's going on right now? What would you recommend if I was a client?
Well, I first want to disclose everyone's situation is unique, right? Your situation's different from Kathy's, from Susan's, from Jameesha's, from mine, and I would reiterate that it's really important when you do get financial advice, make sure that it is specific and unique, and that the person that is helping you knows as much as possible about your financial situation and your tax situation. That's a challenge we have in the industry. Is there's a lot of financial advice out there online, but those folks don't necessarily know your specific situation, Wendy. So I would say,
so like say, okay, I'll add more to that.
Sure.
They're living kind of paycheck to paycheck. They have 2 different houses in 2 different states, and they're just afraid of the market right now. And is their money safe? I guess that's what I should have said.
Sure. So my recommendation would be to speak with a financial advisor, and whether that's Overman Capital Management or anyone else in New Bern or wherever they live. I think you'll find that most financial advisors offer free consultations. They're more than willing to take some of their time to get to know a prospect and their situation and answer questions. We all need help. I have questions that I bounce off Rob all the time. So I would encourage folks to do that. Listen, when we have a plumbing issue, we call an expert. We call a plumber. When we have something go wrong with our car, we're willing to call a mechanic. It's, in my opinion, it seems like folks hesitate to reach out for financial advice. I know money is a sensitive topic, but there are lots of folks out there that are really good people that do what's in the best interest of their clients. And I would just encourage folks to pick up the phone and call, or send an email, or stop by someone's office and just pick their brain. And
what's the best way for folks to reach out to you?
Excuse me?
What's the best way for folks to reach out to you? Phone?
Email, phone, or they can walk by the office and knock on the door. We're 2 doors down from the Chelsea on Middle Street, and we've got Annie, our mascot and greeter. She'll be in the window, so you'll you'll
you want to tell us your phone or your email?
Excuse me?
You want to tell us your phone or your email? I bet Annie's got an email.
Annie does not. She is our wonderful, beautiful black puppy that hangs out in the window and keeps an eye on things for us. But you can reach out to me at j@overmancapitalmanagement.com. You can type in Overman Capital Management into Google and it'll pop up. If you walk by, if you're downtown for Mum Feast and you walk by our office, you'll see our office line out there. So all sorts of ways to get in touch with us.
Okay.
All right,
Well,
great.
Jay, we'd love to have you stay longer, but we've got somebody scheduled at 1:25, and I think
Knocking
I'm
on the
a couple
door.
minutes late. So,
Well, can I make one quick plug for something?
yes,
Sure.
So tomorrow from 3 to 6 p.m. at 2216 Trent Road, which is where Coastal Craftsman is, Britt and his team are cooking up hot dogs. They're trying to serve 300 free hot dog meals tomorrow for families in need. So if you know anyone that's available and in need of a meal, a free meal, hot dog meal, 3 to 6 p.m. at 2216 Trent Road. It's like right next to Baldry's Tires across from Epiphany. Have them swing through and pick up a free meal, and or you can drop off canned beans or canned fruit for RCS.
awesome.
Right.
That's wonderful.
Nice.
With that,
Great.
thank you so much. I look forward to connecting with all of you in the future.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks.
you.
I have one
Nice to hear
question
you.
for you, Jay. One question. Are you a Mets or Yankees fan?
I come from a Yankee family.
I was gonna
Are
say,
you
Toronto
a
Blue Jays.
Jets or a Giants fan?
Buffalo Bills.
Bill!
Bye, Jay.
Thanks,
All
Jay.
right.
Boom.
Hi, y'all. Good seeing you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks. Nice
All
to meet you.
Okay.
Good.
All right.
That was a great
We
question.
have Jessica waiting. Do you want to remind people about your heads or tails?
Yeah, the quick reminder of the question is, the contest question is, what has a head and a tail but doesn't have a body? So comment on Facebook, on New Bern Now's Facebook page, to be entered to win.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And
We have Jessica Holmes, who is a candidate for North Carolina Commissioner of Labor.
Oh, Jessica, yes!
And she's got a fan.
Yes, she does. That is, hey,
wow.
sis!
Wow.
Welcome, Jessica.
Thank you
You
so
got
much.
my vote.
Welcome to the Podsquad. All right. What do
Can I
we
just
need
ask
to
one
know
question?
about your
One question.
candidacy?
Yes, Jameesha, your question, please.
Was
So glad to
was
see
that
you
picture?
up and well.
Is Barack gonna be there on Friday? Because I'm supposed to be in Raleigh tomorrow. Just let me know, because I'm trying to slide through. Okay, I'm
I
sorry.
don't
Let
know,
me be
folks, but I'm
professional.
lost. I don't know who else is lost, but I'm lost.
So they're on the campaign trail. So they're
With Barack
all the big people are coming, and there was word that Barack Obama was
Ooh.
supposed to be there in Raleigh. So I was
Wow.
gonna see if
Okay.
I could get a ticket.
Did you get the inside word here? Do we have the word?
Trying to. She probably won't spill it live though.
We when it becomes public, when he will be here, the word will certainly get out.
All right. Tell us about your candidacy, about the race for, I just lost my number here.
Commissioner of Labor.
Labor, yes.
Thank you all so much for the invitation. I'm so happy to be here with each of you. Particularly excited to see my fellow glass shattering, history making Councilwoman Harris here with you all. Very glad to see her smiling and well. And Miss Massey, Miss Thomas, Miss Morrison, Miss Card, so happy to be here with each of you today. As was noted, in the spirit of breaking glass ceilings, so many folks want to focus on, the potential for Senator Kamala Harris to break glass ceilings in the White House, but we have our own history makers right here in North Carolina. I'm happy to be among those history makers, just like my colleague, Councilwoman Harris. And in 2014, I made history as the youngest county commissioner ever elected in Wake County's history. And I'm on your ballot this 2020 for North Carolina Labor Commissioner. And with your support and with your votes, I will make history as the first woman of color to ever serve on the North Carolina Council of State. This is an open seat for the first time in a very long time. Miss Berry, very well known for having her face in elevators, is retiring. making this an open seat. And I am someone who has practiced labor and employment law, has led on family-friendly practices as a county commissioner, and am very hopeful to have your votes and support for labor commissioner, which, by the way, not only do we inspect elevators, as many people know, but we inspect rides at the state fair, for example, and we inspect workplaces. The statutory responsibility or duties of the position is to ensure safe and healthy work environments. And what could be more important than that right now in the middle of a public health crisis?
Nothing. That's absolutely it. And tremendous responsibility from that office.
Yes. Absolutely. If you are one of the over 4 million workers in North Carolina, then this is an office that you should pay attention to. Many people want to focus on the very top of the ticket, but I talk about the importance of your local government, the importance of your legislators. The intersectionality of these positions are so critical, from school board to county commission to who your soil and water supervisor is. So it's very important for people to pay attention to many of the races that will actually have a day-to-day impact on your lives. And labor commissioner is certainly one of those positions, if you're among the 4 million people in North Carolina who get up and go to work every day.
That's a great point, Ms. Holmes. I was just thinking about the meat packing plants out, in the Midwest. Actually, they're probably in North Carolina. I have not researched or anything, but I know that some of them were responsible for the majority of the community spread throughout, of COVID. And, that would be your department if you were elected, right?
You are absolutely correct. So the labor department is charged with ensuring the safety, health, and general well-being of North Carolina's workers.
Yeah, that's a big...
As you all know, many plants, at one point we thought we were going to have a meat shortage because of the sheer number of workers in meatpacking plants getting COVID-19, not just by the dozens, but by the hundreds.
Yeah. And then thousands as it's just spreads.
Yeah, we had the numbers across the state. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I have another question. So when you are elected, how many elevators are they going to have to go and put your picture in?
Every single one in the state of North Carolina.
I'm gonna do a selfie when it's there.
And allow me to correct myself. In Wake County, we refer to our councilmen and women by that term, but I know that down in your area, New Bern, it's Alderwoman.
Oh goodness, it's Jameesha.
Correct myself and give you your proper due, because in so many ways, I love your fire, I love your energy, and it's something that I look up to. Even as somebody. Running statewide, like I see your strength, I see how you speak truth to power. And that's the kind of leadership that, that I thrive off of. So, you are just all sorts of magic. And
you're going to make me cry.
To know you and to know how strong and how beautiful of a soul that you are. I'm watching your struggle via social media and just want you to know that I see you. And that we see you, and that we're all like just building off of your strength. Because I tell you, with 13 days left,
yes,
we all need strength right now.
Yes, we do.
So I'm thinking if you can deal with what you're dealing with, that we can all get out to vote.
Yes,
we can all use our voices and our platforms.
Yes,
in the way that you are still doing. And so,
yes.
Over here from Wake County down to New Bern, just much love and respect, Alderwoman.
I appreciate that. You are such a sweetheart, Miss Commissioner of Labor.
Wow, well, we're really happy that you joined us. I know you have a busy schedule, so we appreciate you taking the time. And is there something that we did not touch on that you want the voters to be aware of?
I'll just share that I was born and raised in Eastern North Carolina, and that when you referred to meatpacking plants earlier, my mom worked in various meatpacking plants across Eastern North Carolina.
Wow.
As a laborer. And in fact, she sustained a workplace injury in a meatpacking plant, which led me on the path that I'm on. So I was practicing labor and employment law and fighting for workers' rights long before I even thought about being a Wake County commissioner, long before I even thought about running for commissioner of labor. So this is what I do. This is something that I have a passion for. I've represented employees all across the state of North Carolina in my legal capacity as an attorney, and very much look forward to using my legal expertise and my political successes and making sure that that type of expertise and just care and empathy for workers is displayed from Murphy to Manio. You know, I don't care if you're somebody that makes $7.25 an hour, or if you make $15 an hour, if you make $200,000 a year. I want to make sure that all workers in North Carolina don't have to take for granted that when they go to work, they get to come home with the same 10 fingers and 10 toes that they went to work with. Unfortunately, my mother was not as fortunate.
Just put it in the other room.
To go to work and come home the same way that she went. So I'm on fire when it comes to workers' rights. I'm on fire when it comes to ensuring the safety and health of North Carolina's workers. I'll tell you this and then I'll close. Several years ago, prior to COVID-19, I had the opportunity to attend a workers' memorial that was hosted by the North Carolina AFL-CIO. And in that year, they were honoring and lifting up the fact that 183 workers in North Carolina went to work to make ends meet and did not come back home. So many people don't realize the sheer number of injuries that happen in our workplaces, the sheer number of deaths that happen in our workplaces. Just a few weeks ago, we had 2 workers die in Canton, North Carolina, due to a fire. And they were independent contractors. So many people take for granted that you get to go to work and that you get to come home. Well, that's a burden I want to take off of people's shoulders. I want to be responsible for preventing injuries and preventing workplace deaths.
All right.
Wow.
We
Please
really
go
appreciate
vote.
you taking time.
Yes.
Yeah. And Jessica, I'm sorry, Ms. Holmes, how do we get?
My mama named me Jessica. I like it just fine.
There you go, Jessica. How do people get in touch with, you know, as far as they want to learn more about you, or if they have questions, how do they reach out to you?
Absolutely. I pride myself on being available and being responsive. They can reach me on my website, which is jessicahomesnc.com. They can reach out to me on social media. My Facebook and Twitter handles are both Jessica Holmes NC. I'm not as great with Instagram, but if you hit me up, you know, I'll hit you back. And so, you know, I'm very encouraged by the early voting numbers and the absentee ballots. Shout out to North Carolina for making our voices heard in such a substantial way thus far. So we just need to keep the momentum up, regardless of who you vote for, regardless of which team you're playing for. You know, one thing will be certain: this election will be determined by those who show up to vote and or mail it in. But
yes.
Okay, now that's the best campaign speech I done seen. You better go ahead.
Now, can I ask everyone, like, have you voted yet?
Yes,
Everybody.
I voted. Stood in line for an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Susan?
I know, but I have every intention. I never miss voting. I never have. I feel it's a absolute privilege and also a responsibility as a citizen. So this girl will vote. And Jessica, I wish you great success. And I think your line should be Jessica on fire.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yes. Thank you, Jessica, for joining us. And we wish you the best. And
yes.
Yes. So.
I can't wait to get together in our groups so we can see each other physically.
Yes, I appreciate it. And I'll also just know I'm loving all of the like woman power on the Zoom right now. So it's great to meet each of you as leaders in your community. You all are on fire. And so I'm that much more inspired today by having had the opportunity to meet each of you.
Right.
Awesome.
Right.
Awesome.
So thank you so much.
Thank
It's
you.
good talking to you.
Time.
Yes.
Looking to hear if we have some good inside information coming up pretty soon.
All right.
Yeah. The Raleigh rally.
Have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Jessica Holmes, candidate for North Carolina Commissioner of Labor, and she was on fire.
Yes, very inspirational.
All right.
She is.
Yeah.
All right. And the Podsquad invites North Carolina candidates running for public office and who are Craven, whoops, I just moved my thing the wrong way, who Craven County residents will be able to vote for in November to join us for a short conversation. And we'll talk about your platforms so voters can virtually meet you and find out why you're seeking election or re-election. And if you're running for office and want to join us, send us an email at info@newbernnow.com or call Wendy at 252-259-6853. Come and make your voice heard, just like Jessica just did.
Yeah, and we also had Brenda George for Superior. Is it
Superior Court Judge, District 3B.
Yeah, but we welcome, everyone. We're not, it's not about parties, it's about the person. So
absolutely.
And speaking of voting, I know, Talina, you've been working, you and Jameesha have both been getting out the vote with YUP, right? Is it the Young and Urban Professionals?
Yuppies.
Or is it
we kind of turned it into a podcast. So we do podcasts every Thursday. Tonight we're taking a break because we want to encourage everyone to watch the presidential election, not election, debate. And so tonight we're taking a break, and then next Thursday at 7, we'll be back again it's going to be flooded with a whole bunch of North Carolinians that running, not running, citizens just kind of saying why they are voting and why voting is important. Again, the platform, like Jessica said, is, me, no Democrat, no Republican. I'm a voter. That's how I see it. I just want you to get out and vote. And like she said, I'm excited. The numbers of early voters are amazing. I think the numbers rolled out yesterday. It was about 33% of North Carolina has come out, and that's much more than what it was in 2016. So I'm excited. But yes, we are doing get out the vote, but it's not necessarily correlated with YUP. It's more like, NAACP type of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, and since you mentioned that, I think I watched one of your first Why Do You Vote podcast. And it was really interesting because you had a number of different people on there. And I just love hearing other people's perspective on things. It really helps me grow as a person and recognize things that I may take for granted, or I think it was a wonderful show. So thanks for
thank you. I appreciate it. I think Talina was on there too, weren't you?
Yeah, I was. And I think what's great also about, not just being on the show, but even watching it is the fact that what Wendy said, it's multifaceted. You get different perspectives. We've had everything from very young elected officials, individuals out of Fayetteville, Charlotte, Raleigh, political strategists, lobbyists, everyday citizens, just everyone. Particularly, we're kind of zoning into a lot of the younger elected officials and just where they stand on things, but it's open to everyone. There's, like she said, there's been all kinds of individuals with all kinds of backgrounds on there. It's not partisan. You feel free to say however you feel, just tell us why it's important to vote.
Mm-hmm. There you go. And real quick, before we get to Kathy, Talina, you were going to talk about the Unity Project.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, so we had an amazing board meeting last night at the Craven Arts Council and Gallery. And one of the things that they really wanted to stress is how much time and effort from the community that has gone into this amazing sculpture that you guys see in the Broad Street Church parking lot. It is completely a collaborative effort. And one of many initiatives that the Arts Council is doing to bring art out of the gallery into the public and really allow for the neighbors and citizens in New Bern to come together to create beautiful, lasting memories. So there were a lot of youth that worked on this, a lot of volunteers. But again, it is entitled Unity. It is inspired by the Unity mural that's on Broad Street. If you've ever seen the two hands coming together. And it was just a way to connect our community and a reminder that New Bern is a place where everything comes together. And that means every neighborhood, every background coming together to create this wonderful woven quilt of experience and just beautiful neighborly love, pretty much, which is what I felt when I moved here. So
there you go.
If you guys get a chance, go check that out. It's public art and it's here for all of us.
Oh, we see those two hands on Wendy's Facebook page.
Yes, I was there when they were painting that. I can't remember.
Did they come from Portugal?
No, it was South America. I can't remember what the group was. I have video of, I don't know how many days, it was 2 or 3 days at least. And speaking of public art, I'm not an artist, and you'll be able to tell because, can y'all see this?
It's getting half lost in your background.
Okay, let me put it on
in front of you.
Here we go. Oh, okay.
There you are.
Is it a heart?
It's supposed to be.
It's a blue heart. It's a blue heart.
Here we go. There we go. It's supposed to be a heart. Actually, it's a coat hanger shaped like a heart with blue lights on it. And I'm asking our community at large to create a blue heart and hang it where it's visible in the public, or at your house, on the outside of your house, for the healthcare workers that may live in your neighborhood or be driving home from work and they just had a rough day. Actually, it's not a rough day. These people, the workers, and not just nurses and doctors and aides, but all the people that are involved in, from cleaning to just all the people that work at the hospital or CCHC, Mercy Clinic, healthcare providers. The COVID is spreading in our community. I don't want to be, bringing anyone down, but the hospitalizations, it is very important that, we get that hospitalization down, because if there's overwhelmed with COVID patients, if somebody is in a car accident or needs cancer treatment or, any kind of just routine procedures, the hospital is going to, I love Carolina East, and I totally believe they're doing the best they can with what, with the resources, but we can come together as a community and just kind of brighten the day of these workers by showing your support with a blue heart.
All right.
I agree. I was a resident there for almost a week, and those employees, every single one of them, that from the top down to the bottom, everything that they do, they deserve everything. So I am going to get the information and purchase one. Maybe we can get together and see if Yup can purchase one in our name. Because I think it would be amazing. They deserve everything, more than turkeys, more than hams. They need bonuses. So yes, I implore anybody to purchase one. And blue is also representing autism. So that's awesome too.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
As well as our police officers and law enforcement.
Yes.
So that's amazing as well. So it's all for a great cause.
So Wendy's working on a new project, and Wendy's projects always grow.
Well, yeah.
You'll see blue hearts.
I'm not selling any. I started a fire and melted the coat hanger so I could bend it. But start
a fire under everybody here, Wendy.
That would be a great little business somebody could start up,
Yeah, there you go.
All
right.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry to talk about COVID. I know it's on everyone's mind, and they don't need to be reminded. But it's important that we recognize the healthcare, everyone that's providing services during these times. So,
okay.
And Kathy,
right.
you've got Cedar Grove Cemetery.
Cedar Grove Cemetery. Yep. See, that's Cedar Grove Cemetery.
Ghost
Walk starts tonight.
There you go.
Ghost Walk starts tonight. Because of COVID, Ghost Walk looks different this year. We are not in anybody's house. We're all outside and in Cedar Grove Cemetery. It's reshaped, reformed, reimagined. What Ghost Walk is, for anybody that doesn't know, is every year for the last 30 years, New Bern Historical Society has reached into the past and grabbed people from the past and brought them here to the future so they can tell you their stories about New Bern and its history. It's a really popular program, and we'll have 13 different stories from New Bern history. And the folks will be out in Cedar Grove Cemetery this year. We are making small groups. There are only 15 people in each group. So in order to go, you need a reservation this time. And you will pick a time and pick a day. So that's different. It's not a 3-day event. You have to pick a day and pick a time. If you are interested in going, pick up the phone right now. Ignore the rest of me. Go pick up the phone, 638-8558, because the spaces that are available right now at this point are only the early spaces. All the later spaces are filled up already. So if you want to go see Ghost Walk and have a good time with those folks out there in Cedar Grove Cemetery, give us a call, because there are early time slots are the only ones still open. We are much fewer people because of the restrictions, much fewer people. Yes, you'll need to wear a mask. Yes, you'll need to stand apart from each other. You won't have a ticket to handle and pass back and forth between people. You'll have a wristband that you'll just say, here I am, I got my wristband. We are also doing something different entirely this year. We have virtual Ghost Walk. So if you are not comfortable going out and being outside with folks, you can still see all those wonderful 13 stories from history, from New Bern's history, on virtual Ghost Walk. You still, give us a call or go to ghostwalknewbern.com. You can get your reservation. But if you want to come, pick up the phone for the reservation, but you can get your virtual Ghost Walk ticket. It's going to be a link that they'll send you. So you can link and look at it right at home, get your popcorn, sit on the couch, look on your laptop, look on your phone, whatever device you have. Some folks can even send it to their TV and watch it on their TV. It's a 90-minute Ghost Walk, the movie. And it's all of these 13 stories. Professional videographer, really neat effects. So it's just, Ghost Walk is responding to COVID, and that's the way it is. So we invite everybody to come do virtual. There are a few spots left for live Ghost Walk, but virtual is going to be fun too, and you get to eat popcorn at the same time.
Kathy, I think you've all done a fantastic job of putting all this together. I know I'm a member of the Historical Society Board, and I know how hard they have worked putting all this together. And the inspiration of how to make it work in spite of COVID, I just think is phenomenal. So, and I'm delighted to hear it's about sold out. Mm-hmm. And the virtual idea is just absolutely great.
Yeah, there's lots of virtual links left. We don't have to worry about selling those out, but the spaces are about full. So do act on that. And we thank all the folks, tremendous number of people involved. They've been working on it. They've been videoing and working ever since July. So it's ready to go. It starts tonight. It's 5:30 to 9:30, and it's tonight, Friday, and Saturday. If you're not set yet, give us a call.
Right. Yeah, that snuck up on us. I remember you were saying, it's a couple months away, but it's here. It is. What happened? It's like we're living in a time warp. But it's a great production, and just another thing that the New Bern Historical Society does to bring New Bern's history to life. So that's awesome.
Well, this is the 30th annual for this, so it's been around for a while, and we're just glad to do it. It's our major project fundraiser, so we can work on other things like, you know, presenting lectures and things like that, and not have to have big fees.
There you go.
All right. Are we ready for we're coming up at 2 minutes to 2. Are we ready for your contest?
Sure. Okay. Does anybody that's watching, I'm not sure who's watching. I don't have my glasses on, but I'm gonna, the question is, what has a head and a tail, but no arms and legs?
I know Jameesha knows.
I think we all know.
Anybody? In the meantime, I'm going to say the joke. That way, somebody, if they want to answer, they can answer. You ready for a joke?
I'm ready for a joke.
It's a bad joke. What did the mayonnaise say when the refrigerator door was opened?
Oh, that's as old as the question.
Well, I don't know that one. Go ahead.
It said, oh, "Close the door. I'm dressing."
Are you kidding me?
No, that's out of like a 2nd grade joke book.
But that's what mayonnaise said. I could see if it was like ranch, you know, I'm getting dressed, but mayonnaise, I don't know.
Mayonnaise used to be called salad dressing.
It's salad dressing. Many dressings are based on mayonnaise. Yeah.
Look at that. I learned something new on the Podsquad.
You never know. You never know. Okay.
That was
that one took you out, huh, Wendy?
Yeah. I can't get jokes. Laura says them all the time. Actually, when my rest their soul, when my folks, you know, passed away and I was driving up and back and forth to Buffalo, I would be calling her crying, "Tell me a joke." And she would tell me a joke, and it totally, you know, takes your mind off of sadness or craziness. But we do have a comment here and a winner. It is Rashonda Cooper says, "Great, Jameesha Harris," and also says coin. So the answer is the coin. And you're the winner, Rashonda Cooper. So thank you for watching, Rashonda, and we'll connect with you after this to get you your prize.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And Wendy, you do need, we probably all need to start sending you in some trivia and some jokes. I think you're
you know how you, well, you know, you can just go to a grocery store and get the popsicles that have them on there. We save them, clean them, and then there you go. You can use all the popsicle jokes or the Laffy Taffy. You know, like
there you are.
Those are hard.
I didn't know that.
Okay, well, I'm gonna start buying Laffy Taffy, and I'll screenshot them for you, and you can use those because those ones are hard.
All right, there you go.
Maybe when you send the Podsquad Zoom information, we can send suggestions. Then we'll reply with if we have any trivia or anything like that maybe you could use.
That would be awesome. Yes, it would make my day a lot brighter because I just really struggle with those two things. So,
okay. Well, they get a lot of laughs either way, so that's the goal. So you made the day.
Okay.
It's all about
before we depart,
learning and having fun. Yes, Talina.
That's right.
Can I just mention that we, as one of the members of the Stanley White Recreation Center Advisory Committee, we do have a public input meeting tonight. It's going to be at the Omega Center. The presentation from the consultant, CPL, starts at 4 p.m. and it will be going until 6 p.m. and it's public input, Q&A sessions where you can ask anything, get anything answered. If you had any questions about the history of Stanley White or why we are going through the process that we're going through, why it's so important that the community has input in this. And trying to be as transparent as possible about what's going to happen. These are one of the sessions that I would definitely come to. There are a lot of strong opinions regarding Stanley White. There are a lot of strong ties to it. And this is the time now for us to have your voice be heard and amplified at these public input meetings. So please come on out Omega Center tonight, 4 p.m. I will be there along with the rest of the board. We'll be popping in and out, but it's not about us. It's about the community, honestly.
There you
Awesome.
go.
All right.
I don't know why I thought it was yesterday, but thank you for the reminder.
Yeah, yesterday was the board meeting. You can see those on the, CTV3. Those are public meetings that you can watch. They don't have public input. So that's why these are so important, because you can actually have the back and forth with the community that will ultimately be affected by what goes where.
I think it was Tuesday for the board meeting.
Yeah, Tuesday for the board meeting and Thursday for the public input.
I got you. Okay.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we have time for any more information here, Wendy? You want to go on to and I'm looking at the driver's license office, which got moved.
Oh yeah, we want to
know about that.
Yes.
It was previously located on Noose Boulevard, and now it's reopened at 1001 Downey Drive, just off NC Highway 43. It's out there where the West New Bern stuff is. So if you take the 43 exit off of 70, it's between 70 and the extension of Noose Boulevard out there.
Wow.
So that's
where I live.
Wow.
Newly constructed building, easily accessible workstations, larger customer waiting area. Serve also as a North Carolina Highway Patrol station. The office hours are going to be 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, and will be open to customers by appointment only. And they can schedule an appointment by visiting www.skiptheline.ncdot.gov. So that would be a good way not to have to wait around for a long time. Visitors will be required to wear a mask or other face covering, and online services such as driver's license or real ID renewals are also available at www.myncdmv.gov. So new driver's license office.
Yes.
All right.
And let's see. Okay. Let us know if you want to be a guest, or if you have any questions on how we can improve, by sending us an email to info@newbernnow.com, or give me a call at 259-6853.
Did those go into the spam file?
No. No, I actually do answer them. Crazy question.
Done a lot of interesting things in response to suggestions.
Yeah, and actually, I did want to say, Talina, thank you for the other day. I got a phone call from a young lady that was having trouble with, the son was having some mental health issues, and I called NC211. It was on the weekend. So they helped me by telling me about the mobile crisis mental health unit with integrated family services. And so I think they helped the whole family. And that phone number is 866-437-1821. And Talina, you told me that Promise Place also handles counseling, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Especially for children as well as adults.
Okay, and their phone number is 636-3381. I know people are going through a lot right now, and if you have any questions about anything, we'll try to get those answers for you. So,
Right.
Yeah.
And then you can always try Brain Tap too. There's my Brain Tap plug. Just try it. Yeah. 10 minutes of meditation a day, you'll be fine. I hope. Praying.
All right. Well, we need that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Well, join us on October 20th. No, this is October
29th. Sorry,
October
Kathy.
29th. Come on back. October 29th from 1 to 2. And we'll Zoom live on New Bern Now's Facebook page where you are right now. The video and audio will be uploaded to newbernnow.com, YouTube, iTunes, and wherever you listen to your podcasts. And you can also listen to the show on New Bern's news talk radio station, WNOS 103.9 FM, by tuning in every Wednesday at both 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. All right. Are we ready? Do we have music?
Well, that's a wrap, folks. Thanks for listening, and thanks for joining us. Have a great day.
All right. Bye-bye. There we are. There's music.
Bye, everybody.
pause.
All right.
All right. Thanks, folks. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye. Good program, gals.
Thank you. Thank you.